So I'm uptown Charlotte for our Black Fathers Rock event. It's at Fino, but I parked underground at the Green, so I wanted to show you a little bit. This is a very popular spot in Charlotte. It's very book-based, and all the signs are authors and also cities. So this is really cool. Yeah, this is the Green. You might recognize this sign right here. Yeah, just uptown Charlotte on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Got the fish fountains over there. I really need to figure out which way to walk from here, but I still kind of want to show you. Zane Grey, that was my dad's favorite author. We got the museum across the street. And then this iconic sign with all the Charlottes listed. We got Alice Walker, which is Alice, Texas, and Walker, Arizona. So you kind of get the idea. All of the signs are authors' names and cities and how far they are from here. Pretty cool. Love this church. Such a beautiful park. In Charlotte, this is a must see. Oh my gosh. My mom used to paint these. These are beautiful. They're about to bloom. Iconic piece of art in uptown Charlotte. People love to stand there and get their picture made. But I'm headed right over here. Alright, so we are back here, not dressed, in the back of house, finishing touches on everything. There's the fashion connoisseur right there. Ignore that. So we're out here putting together this Never Repeat, which I've done before. I've just not done put this part together. I put that on them. So we are straight up YouTubing this out here, trying to figure out how to do it. Just right uptown. People just walking by looking. They don't know what we're doing, but we act like we know. We're not gonna let Ryan know that we don't. Yeah, this is what we got so far. So yeah, me and him, yes, we did that. Yeah, we sure did. We did that. Yep. They didn't think we could do it, but
Cowboy
we did.
fans are capable of anything.
Look at that. Yeah. See, now this is the part of events that you don't see. Out here trying to sweep a majority of the leaves and just trash up so that it look nice, you know, so when they walk up to a red carpet. But yeah, this is the stuff you don't see, people. One of our vendors here. Look at this amazing stuff. Here's some of the beads I see Ryan wearing all the time. He's got socks, bow ties. This is an ascot.
Yes,
Am I correct? Yes. And bow ties, pocket squares, and I'm fascinated by these cufflinks. And I'm gonna show you this card info right here. There you go. Check him out. If you want to be dapper. Check him out. Got the champagne flutes on the table. We're setting up our chairs. With the hostess with the mostest, Olhavia here. Yes, we are ready to, about ready to go. Look, I still gotta get dressed, because look at this. We got a saxophonist and a soloist that are here. We got a few more vendors setting up, and I'm dressed except for changing out the lights and everything. Yeah, it's all coming together. Okay, found a dark corner. I'm going to change my shoes. What I did is I carried my Ava clutch, a Louis Vuitton Ava clutch, or Eva clutch, I don't know how you say it. I had the crossbody strap and I just took it off, and then now I've got an evening bag. So that was cool. I didn't have to transport my stuff. So I'm about to change shoes, and Ryan's about to be dressed. He's up there living around like crazy, and it's all starting to come together. All right, I know y'all seen Murphy many times in my vlog, but you ain't never seen him dressed like this. Look at that, look at that. Look, he on the wrong side of the camera tonight. Here's one of the award recipients, Toussaint Romain. He is one of the most incredible humans in the world, and he has had such an impact on my life, and he deserves this honor as activist of the year. So I'm excited to see him.
So for me, being black and working for I'm normally driving this stage course, trying to really do some things to advance my family forward.
What do you like about being a father?
The best part about being a father is the fact that although I'm giving them gifts, I take care of them and different things that I do for them, in the end, I'm actually the one that's receiving the gift. My time with them is very precious. You know, the memories that we have last a lifetime, and I just love being around. They make my day.
Well, that's my nickname, Tony. Actually, that's my name. It's my mother used to call me Tony, and so Tone is a smaller version of Tony. And since it's Black History Month, I'm sure you're familiar with Malcolm X. It's the same ideology or philosophy that Malcolm had in his last name, why I adopted the last name X. So when you put it together, we have Tone.
Here comes Miss Cashmere, Peyton, and Grayson. Family of Ryan Terrell looking, I love it. Looking so caring.
I mean, I can't help genetics.
They're trying to figure out who's going to stand where.
We're going to do this first, and then we'll do it your way. All right, we'll do it your way. Me too.
Here is former Carolina Panther Jonathan Stewart. He's a supporter of Dennis Reed and Inspire the Fire. He's here to support him. He's also a new supporter of Black Women's Rock. I've known him for about 4 years now. Thank you. There's the man of the hour. Right here.
It's like champagne bubbles. Little polka. You want to be a picture? Hold on, 1 second. January.
This is just a surreal moment for me because it's Toussaint Romain, we got Jonathan Stewart, we got Dennis Reed Jr., Dennis and Toussaint are two people that have, I quote them daily to people. They have given me such gifts of their words and their time, and this is just surreal. It's incredible. Sold out to the brim. Committee goes out to the hallway. That's where we run. Get ready to start.
Every day, we're still trying to make it. As I pondered on how to kick off our 3rd year, I was reminded of how at each celebration someone shed a tear. I understand what you're saying, but I'm a father who happens to be black, so that's the word I'm framed in. Creeds or genders don't matter. It's simply shining a light on a demographic who is often devalued. They're in jail. They're thugs. They're less than. But please know the fathers in this room, we take a stand. A stand to be active and present in our child's lives, and regardless of their children's mother, girlfriend, or even their estranged wives. So as we celebrate these 8 men for all of their fatherly achievements, I am Ryan Terrell, and I'd like to welcome you all this evening.
keep Lamont Scott shooting. And I'll never forget this footage to the day that I die. This man literally stood in the gap. So it is with the utmost honor and respect that we present the Activist of the Year Award to Toussaint Romaine. So just a little bit about him. He is a public defender here in Charlotte, North Carolina, a civil rights leader. He is a peacekeeper, and we should celebrate because he has an official new position as the Deputy General Counsel at Appalachian State University. Help me in honoring the amazing Toussaint Romaine.
Thank you for this award. This is not working. I'm just going to scream. That's what I do. Thank you for this award. I do appreciate it. It's pretty cool to get a Black Father's Rock Award and to be here with all of y'all. But in truth, sometimes as a dad, I once heard, I think it was T.D. Jakes that said it, being a Black father is like driving a stagecoach, right? As men, we're hustling and we're beating, those wheels are riding and grinding, we're going and we're taking our stagecoach with our family inside, and we're working hard every day. And as we're working, all we can think about are the family or the kids that are inside, right? But then when we finally stop and pull the reins and get inside with that stagecoach, and we're hanging out with our kids, all we can think about is no one's driving the stagecoach. And we have this internal conflict as men. And that's something I know I live with. And to be less abstract, I do a lot of active work. I mean, Nike's flying me out to them to help create a program for their internal executives and a new Kobe Bryant program I'll be rolling out. Girl Scouts of America, right? But here's the thing, I also have to get home and include my kids. And make sure they're seeing someone who's present. Make sure they're seeing a dad who's spending time with them. But I would not be Toussaint if I didn't challenge an assumption in the room. That idea of changing the narrative. What narrative are we actually changing? There was a very profound, prolific, powerful white male here in town who runs a lot of stuff, who said to me one day, hey, we need to make sure Black men love their kids. And I said to him, yo, how you know Black dudes don't love their kids? And he gave me the, wow, y'all know that means, right? Nah, let's go in. Why do you say we don't love their kids? Why do you say that? And he didn't have an answer. And I just want to make sure that we in this room realize we have a level of privilege and power and opportunity and be in music going with it. And we also have a level of, right? We have stage coaches in this room. But there's a guy, real quickly, and I'll sit down because I know my time's already probably up. But there was this guy that he was charged with first-degree murder. And I get a call from this really rich, powerful dude in town, like, Toussaint, you don't know me? My mentee, his name is Antoine. He's in trouble. He needs your help. The cops have been charging him with murder. They've been kicking in the door to his mother's house in Greertown. They went into his girlfriend's house, pointed the guns in the baby at the baby's crib. He's on the run and he's hiding. Toussaint, help us. And I had to say, man, I don't do that work anymore. No, Toussaint, we need your help. And so I said, all right, let's do this. Find him. I gave him a call. I had 7 of my buddies. Lawrence Oakham was one of them. And I met this kid at a private location. He pulled up in a black Suburban. It was kind of dope. I had his mom, who he hadn't seen in months, and his baby, who he wanted to see meet us at this location. My buddies circled around him as they embraced each other and loved on each other. And then we prayed over him and walked him to jail where he turned him in. And for the next year, I was his attorney. And prosecutors kept trying to charge him first-degree murder. Then they added drug charges to make it a drug deal gone bad. And I kept fighting, and I kept fighting. And I remember, and I'm telling you the story because I remember all he would say to me is, Toussaint, I know I'm going to prison for the next 30 years for a crime everyone knows I didn't commit. Just get me out one more time to hug my son. That's the Black man not prison, y'all. He doesn't have a stagecoach. I invited him to be here tonight, and he's still trying to make it. For a year, I fought for him. For a year, I almost thought I was going to lose his case and lose him to this system. I remember going and telling him, look, man, I'm in Boone. I'm not close enough by. I can't help you anymore. I need to withdraw as your attorney. And he started to cry because he felt like no Black men loved him. And I wonder, my friends, if we're going to change this narrative, let the narrative not be that Black men don't love their children just because they're not there with their children. Fought, got all his charges dismissed. DA called me. I drove 4 hours. I drove 2 hours, hung out in jail for 4 hours. hours. He got out of jail. I'm screaming, free Antoine, free Antoine, inside the jail. I know Gary McFadden, so if I get in trouble, I'll be good, right? But free Antoine, he gets out. I say, what do you want to do, man? What do you want to eat? He says, chicken wings. Fried chicken wings. So we go to Midnight Diner, we get waffles and fried chicken wings. I'm like, dude, what's next? Remember going, what's next? He's like, man, I just want to go home and hug my mom and see my son. The only people that black men love the most, I think, are their mamas and their babies. So if we're going to change the narrative, let it be that. Black men love their mamas, love their babies. Thank you for this award, and I'm going to tell you the truth, I'm giving it to Antoine, because he's a better father than I will ever be.
Like a big brother and a father. It really means a lot to present this award to him. But how many of you know that being a father isn't just about the father that you birthed? Our next award goes to a man without biological children. He inspires the fire in hundreds of youth in our city. To present our Surrogate Father of the Year award is former Carolina Panther and Inspire the Fire board member, Jonathan Stewart.
He didn't even know. He didn't even know.
Hello. Thanks for having me. It's an honor and a privilege to be a part of this. I am a black father and a little girl named Kaya. She's about to be 3 next week, actually 2 weeks, March 9th. So it's a blessing to be up here and to be a part of this. So thank you. Dennis Reed. He was 17. Got acquired. And every year after that, it just kept growing. Up until this point, it's probably impacted thousands of little children that are now off into college, off being fathers and mothers and whatnot. I met Dennis Reed 3 years ago, and it was because my wife was obedient during Love Week. It's Elevation Church. Went to go help out at their performance that they were having at college, Queens College. And she sent me a video of these kids pouring their hearts out on stage. And you can tell the environment wasn't perfect. I mean, the microphones weren't working. The speakers were a little kind of like craggy, whatever it was. They worked with it. And Dennis was on the piano, singing with these kids with so much passion. I mean, I've never seen anything like this.
These make you seem innovative and creative.
From that point on, me and Natalie just fell in love with Inspire the Fire. We've been honored to be a part of anything that they're doing. We pretty much just, love everything that they do. And it's because of a guy like Dennis and the passion and the fire that is in him. That's the way it should be for every single one of us fathers. Any man that has the ability to impact a kid in a positive way, that's what you need to have. You need to have some type of fire, because that's what it's going to take. Fathers, men, we hold a responsibility to leave a legacy that's worth living. And a lot of these kids, they don't have any fathers. And Dennis is that for a lot of these kids in this program. They don't have a lot of people, a lot of men to go home to and say, hey dad, or how do I do this, dad? Or dad, you want to come watch me sing? You want to see me perform? No, Dennis is their dad. And I'm just honored to say, he's an award-winning community leader, award-winning songwriter, but most of all, he's just a good man. So, Dennis Reed.
Thank you, man.
I gotta touch it.
Thank you. Yo, how y'all feeling? Y'all good? Y'all dry? Okay, let's do like what we at ITF. Okay, make some noise if you brush your teeth this morning. Make some noise if you put on deodorant this morning. This is the one. Make some noise if you look better than the person standing next to you right now. Sitting next to you, you know. All right, no, for real. Hey, thank you, Jonathan Stewart, Natalie Stewart. Listen, can y'all show some love for Jonathan and Natalie Stewart tonight? For real. So again, first of all, I did not set out to do this at all. Like, I started Inspire to Fire when I was 17, and I was a student in Northwest School of the Arts. God just gave me the gift of music. My father, he put me in sports and stuff. I did basketball for 2 years at the YMCA and did baseball for 2 years. Look, y'all, the sports thing just didn't work out. It didn't. I got so mad because every time I would just try to shoot, it just would not go in. But I was good on defense though. But I thank God for my father who just always stepped in. You know, he was the first one who invested in my music, in my project, which was Dennis Street and Gap Water Walker. And then I would not know, like, songs from that project 10 years later would go on and touch the world, you know what I'm saying? With Fantasia, who sung, I don't know if y'all heard this song or not, but it's like Necessary. It says, I am who I am today because God used my mistakes. He worked them for my good like no one else ever could. And that has been my like testimony. Like, everything good that has happened in my life, I cannot take credit for. Like, I'm so serious. It's like, I got to shake Barack Obama's hand. And it was like, I told my mom, I was like, when he first got elected, I was like, I'm gonna meet that dude. I'm gonna meet that dude. Fast forward, it never happened. Then in November, like this time 4 years ago, the Hillary Clinton campaign hit me up and was like, we think that you should be the one to introduce the President of the United States. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I know I'm talented. Like, I know I'm good. Like, but there are certain things in your life that happens that you know you just ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And so for God to give me like an organization like Inspire to Fire, which again, some of the best things that in life that happen is stuff that you just did not see happening. And so what I take encouragement in is knowing that no matter what, all things are working together for the good of them who love the Lord and who are called according to his purpose. Like, I will, for real, yeah, for real. And the last thing I say, you know, it shocked me the first time that these kids started recognizing me as a father. Because when they started calling me like dad, like it threw me off. Because I literally was probably like only 20 years old at the time, you know, church kid, but, you know, I thank God that I was able to step in and it wasn't like, oh, I'm just about to replace your dad or I'm about to just step in. No, I just really want to make a difference. Like, I just really want to help people. And because of that desire to help people and just really see the best, because honestly, the reward is the giving. You know what I'm saying? I thank God, and shout out to Ryan. Thank you so much, like, for real, like, for somebody to think of this and like really uplift us in, you know, yes, like, for real, I mean that. Thank you, bro. And shout out to the Kappas. My dad is a Kappa. I just asked him a question.
Oh, Lord,
he gonna answer it later on. I was like, are all Kappas noobs? Because I did not know the difference. He gonna get me straight later. My dad is a Kappa. We'll figure it out. But anyway, again, thank y'all so much. Go with God in everything that you do. Go with God in everything that you do. You know, because there's no greater, I done received a lot of awards, but there's no greater award than an award from God and an award from the people. So I love you. Thank you, Black Fathers Rock. And until that day that God blesses me with my own kids, you know, I'm going to just keep on inspiring and keep on doing my part.
I didn't know it was going to be much time. I thought it was going to last. I want everybody to just clap it up for being alive right now.
son, love my son. We kind of think they can go on and be tough, and I always think about their daughters. So I wanted to say that first. Second thing I want to do, I wanted to give a couple of kudos and shouts. I want to give a shout out to all of the fathers that are not with the mothers, because that's a struggle and it's an art to how we got to be great fathers and dealing with that. So I want to shout y'all out. And I also wanted to shout out the fathers that made it work with the mothers, and they made that family setting that fathers like us look up to. So I want to shout y'all out. All right, so I want to speak to my man Charles. That's who I'm calling up here. I hit Ryan and I asked Ryan to do this. Say that? You good? Oh, throw a shit. I'm like, huh? But no, my man Charles, you know I love him. You know what I mean? I asked Ryan to do this when I saw that he was winning the award. This is a moment I've never shared with Charles. I was hosting Broccoli Fest in DC. I'm doing my thing, and I get a text message that you got an accident. And it's like you don't share this with a person, but it's like this. I had to tell you this. And when I got the info, I cried. You know what I mean? The first thing I thought about was Olivia. You know what I mean? That was the first thing I thought about. And I mean, when I say that hit me in the middle of Broccoli Fest, I sat down on the curb. I had to be by myself, and it hit me hard, bro. And I'm just so happy that God blessed us with this one. You know what I mean? Bounce back, full recovery, and I get to see Olivia sitting on your lap right now. You know what I mean? Let's clap it up for that.
So, he told me I have to speak like always, so I'm going to go ahead and take the lead, as women do. So thank you guys. It's so much an honor to be here. Thank you for allowing us to speak and present this award to our father. He told us that we were going to speak about 5 minutes. So this is all off the dome, from the heart. You know, nothing is faked right now. And if it sounds a little off, excuse me. I actually looked up what father means. And the definition of a father is a man in relation to his children or children. And when I thought about that, I thought about my father. And I thought about our relationship, how much he's always been there to support us, how much he encourages us to always be together, to support each other, and to know that family is the most important thing.
Spell in the notes, all black fathers. I promise to forever be involved in my child's life, no matter the relationship I have with their mother. Doctor's appointments, ball games, recitals, and all other activities my kids are involved in.
Alright, so we just wrapped up with Black Fathers Rock. We're walking to our car. Look at this beautiful cityscape here. This is our beautiful host with the most here. Get my honey bun. Look at the museum lift. Gorgeous out here tonight. But I am exhausted. Oh my God, so like
Yo, let me tell you about my baby. She said, drive me to P2, and I wanted her to be safe. Y'all, look where she at.
I'm right there. She was right there.
I was right. I love you. Get out.
Thank you. I mean, she was like literally right there. I love you.
Love you, baby.